Today, Penn faculty, staff, and students have walked out in protest of Israel's ongoing genocide of Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. Today, we are calling for a just and permanent ceasefire, which entails not only an end to the atrocities that we are witnessing in the current ethnic cleansing of Gaza, but also an end to the Israeli occupation. We call for an assurance that all Palestinians will be allowed to return to their homes, neighborhoods, and land. Penn FJP joins the brave student and faculty protesters at universities across the country and the globe to remind Penn administration of the power and the responsibility of educational institutions to stand for justice and to condemn war crimes.
I remember when I first got accepted to the school, I actually celebrated the acceptance letter in Gaza with my family, telling them, I got accepted to an Ivy League. I'm going to change the world. This school is going to give me the education that I need to change the world. And then I got here, and damn, was that a letdown. This university and its administration have created a hostile environment where many of us Palestinian students have become targets of racism and hate speech and doxing. In fact, UPenn has played a direct role in fueling discrimination against Palestinian, Muslim, and Arab students. Since October 7th, we have received dozens of emails offering support for our Jewish students. Action plans have been implemented to fight off anti-Semitism and police officers assigned to protect Jewish communities on campus. What makes us less deserving of that protection? What makes us any different from our peers? Do we not deserve to feel safe and protected and supported by a community which we have committed our time, money, and education to? Instead, this university shuts down Palestinian clubs like Up Against the Occupation and tries to shut down actions held by the Freedom School and SP2 for Liberation and other groups who have tried to hold space for their Palestinian students. Shame. So when we realized that our university was not going to protect us, we made it our mission to protect each other. When UPenn failed to provide us a space to grieve, we held vigils. When they failed to educate and talk about what's happening in Palestine, we held teach-ins. When they failed to speak up against this genocide, we held protests. And when they continue to ignore our demands, we only shout louder. So why didn't you shout it?
As I've gotten older, I have become immensely more wealthy. I have more money, but I also have more friendships, more networks, more opportunities, more skills, and more security. But of course, a different way to think about having more to lose is that the richer you are, the more you have that you can stand to lose and still be okay. I really want to encourage everyone here, but especially faculty, especially tenured faculty, to ask yourself in the coming hours and days and weeks and years how rich you are. What an immense and staggering privilege it is that you can be here at an institution that's still standing, and where the worst things that could happen to you are disciplinary action or getting arrested or losing your job. And I hope that we all as faculty can look at our students who have been so fearless and who've been willing to risk so much and who are modeling what it means to be brave and find some inspiration in that. So if you're a faculty member and you've been strategic and you've been waiting for the right time, I want you to consider whether there is really going to be a better moment than now to use whatever power and privilege you have. But more importantly, it's a mistake to think that you should be assessing risks to yourself in isolation from everyone else. When more people are willing to take on some risk, there is less risk for any individual. If I really was denied tenure because I showed up at a protest to protect my students who were protesting a genocide, this is not a job worth having. And so the way I understand my job now as faculty is to be in the service of you, my students, to help you think and question and challenge, and more than anything, to reimagine what the world can be. And if that isn't possible in a place like this, if that isn't what we as an institution at Penn are making possible, this job isn't any good to me anymore. I hope you can all look back on this moment for the rest of your lives and remember how powerful you are, how much your voices mattered, and how much inspiration we all drew from you. Thank you, and free Palestine.